Today we're going to be talking about using the export functions in the 3D mode for Photoshop and also how to 3D print, set up for 3D printing. Right now I just have a 3D figure of my name to work with, and to 3D print you're going to go up to 3D at the top, and your 3D print settings are here at the bottom. And your print settings will show over in your character panel on your right. And then also if you click on 3D and then the very bottom 3D print utilities, that's where your printer utilities are. I'm not connected to a 3D printer at the moment, but that's where you would find that. The most helpful kind of file to create a 3D printing is the STL file. So if I were going to 3D print my name, what I would do is click on my object and rotate it along the x-axis to make it lay flat on its back. And then over here on the right in my properties panel, I'm going to go to coordinates and then hit move to ground. And that way it's easier for the 3D printer to print it. So what you would do is export it as an STL file. First you'd go to 3D and then click Unify Scene for 3D printing. And this way it's not going to let you mess with your extrusion anymore. And then you'd go to 3D again, export 3D layer, I'm just going to put this on the desktop, but to save it as an STL, go down to the format, click STL, and then we're going to create a new folder for this. So I'm going to call this my STL file. And just hit save. And the size right now is in inches. It's pretty big. Basic 3D printing, we're going to make it a little smaller and just do 4 inches for now. If you're wanting to export a 3D model for the web, you would go to 3D at the top, export 3D layer, and then the flash export is the best one for the web. So down here for your format, just select Flash 3D. And then we're going to make another folder for this. We'll call it Flash 3D file. And save. And the format you want for this is PNG. And for your browser options, the best that works is normally 800 by 600 pixels. And then if you leave open in web browser checked, it'll pop up. It should pop up for you when you say OK and show you what it should look like on the internet. So there you have your model for the web, and you can move it around by dragging your mouse in the web. It's got some of the same functions here as it does on Photoshop. So we'll go back to Photoshop, and then to export as a different kind of file, the Collada DAE export. This export is for interactive media applications and augmented reality. So again, we just click 3D, export 3D layer. And then we're going to create a new file on the desktop. and format is Collada DAE, and just click Save. And the texture format you want again is going to be PNG. And then you just click OK. And then if you want to show your model but you don't want to use any web links or applications, you could use the 3D PDF file. So what we do is go to 3D, export 3D layer. Then again, we're going to create a new file on the desktop, and we're doing this because each of these files that we have in here has several different components to it that all need to be together to work. So we're going to create a new folder, call this one the PDF file, and then for your format you're going to pick U3D and save. And the texture format you should have is PNG. And then just click OK. And then what we're going to do is open up Adobe Acrobat. And then to use this, we're going to use File, Open. Go to our PDF file, click Show All Files, and use the U3D file that we just created. Click Open, and then we want to also make sure that the Show Advanced options is checked. And then you can see that you have your 3D object in Adobe Acrobat, and you can move it around here like you did on the Flash file on the internet. And you can also change the lighting on it, the different colors you want to use. You can also change the way you see it. You can make it transparent or just the framework. And then you can use some of the different camera views like on Photoshop as well. So that is how you use the export functions on Photoshop 3D mode.